Hey everyone, what is up? Happy Wednesday. It's a wonderful evening here in Phoenix, Arizona, coming at you live. Anyways, my name is Azucena Gonzalez. I'm a realtor with Mojica and Associates. And basically, for those who haven't watched my What's Up Wednesdays, it's basically a chance for me to talk about a little bit, whether it's related to real estate. I'll talk about fitness, what I make for food, and that kind of stuff. And then just anything that I have going on. And then just kind of things that happen that I'm like, oh, let me tell you about this, because all kinds of things happen. Which reminds me, actually today, I was on the way to the gym. I rolled my window down, and I was like, cool, got my ticket, and then it didn't go back up. I was pressing the button. I was just like, what? So then I hear like the snap, and then like my window falls down. Hey, Jose. I was really devastated because then I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, it's so hot outside. My window's not working. I can't leave my car just anywhere. So lo van a robar. They're going to steal it. I need my car. Anyway, so I had to rearrange some things here and there. But luckily, I got it fixed by Angel's Auto Shop or something like that. Anyways, I posted it out on my Instagram stories and on my Facebook stories because, yeah, they did it really quickly. Obviously, very short notice because I was like, hey, do you guys have any availability? And they're like, yeah, come on in. Hi. So that was really helpful because I was in and out and I had everything done before noon, which I was really happy about because, like I said, I had stuff I needed to do. I had a meeting at 1. Like I said, there was some things that I kind of changed around, and I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm just happy because I swore I thought it was gonna take the whole day. So maybe no todo el mundo encima. I got really dramatic. I mean, those of you who know me, I mean, that happened. I get dramatic. But I was just really happy that, it didn't take as long as I thought it would. So don't mind me as I get a little closer. Hi, Dorothy. So, yeah, I'm just sharing it on my other page. Awesome. So, again, the thing that I'm talking about today is the home buying process. And the reason why I want to bring that up is because sometimes we don't know exactly what it all entails. And not only that, but even if we've gone through it before, it could be that we don't remember all the steps anymore, and that's fine. I mean, why would you retain that information? If anything, you're just kind of like, yay, now I have to worry about all the things that come with home ownership, right? So that being said, what is the first step when wanting to buy a home? Talking to a realtor, okay? Identify the realtor that you want to work with. I'm available if you'd like to speak with somebody. And yeah, get the ball rolling. Talk to them like, hey, I'm looking to buy a house. What's up? A lot of direction that you will get at first is, speak with the lender, because they're going to let you know what your buying power is. Now, you already may have in mind, oh, well, I want to spend about $1,200 on a monthly payment, or I'm like $2,000 is okay for me, or $1,500 is my halfway point, or I'm looking for something around $800. Like, there's so many different options for different price points. So in the realtor referring you to a lender, or if you already have a lender that you work with, that just kind of finalizes and sets a price range for both you and your realtor to look at. So again, you select the realtor that you want to work with. Either you start working with a lender that you've already previously identified, or they refer you to a lender that they've worked with before and trust, because that's super important, because at the same time, you want to make sure that everybody works together. Hey, Cody. You just want to make sure that everybody works together very cohesively, because it is a team. And hey, Malak, you are a team, and because of that, you want to make sure that everybody is able to communicate effectively, and that everybody's needs are being addressed accordingly, okay? So once you get your realtor, you start with the lender. The lender will let you know, again, this is a price range, or this is the price cap that you have, either because that's what your credit and financial history allows, or because you've said, you know what, my cap is $1,500 a month from a monthly payment. So what is the max amount of house, or at what price, hi Susana, can I purchase the home at? Okay, so again, that's either established by your financial history, or by your or by what you want as a monthly payment. So now once that's done, you're gonna get a pre-qualification letter, and that pre-qualification letter is the green light. You're like, yes, let's go. Because then, hey Victor, hey boo. Anyways, because that essentially lets you know that, you know what, now you're ready to go. Green lights all the way. Let's start looking at houses. Because here's the thing. If you look at houses before having the pre-qualification letter, chances are that you may be looking at a house that is not within your buying power, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, how many times do we not go window shopping and you're just like, hey, Carmen. Well, how many times do you not go shopping and you just look at stuff that, you know, may not be in your budget or whatever, but it's just nice to look at. But the thing about houses is you're going to fall in love with the house. Well, chances are you're going to fall in love with the house, and then you're going to compare that house that you fell in love with the other houses that are in your price range, and you're going to be saying, I went to the other house. That was such a nice kitchen. You know what I mean? So in order to avoid all of that, we wait, get the pre-qualification letter. That's our lovely green lights. We go forward. Then your realtor, and we'll just use me for example. I would then, you and I would have already had a conversation of, these are the search criteria in which you're looking for a home. I would send you a list of houses for you to go through. And now the thing about the list is that there are going to be some houses that you're just like, why is this on there? Like, it's not very pretty. And it's not because we don't think very well of your selection of houses, but we're just showing you everything that is available. So that might be some really nice houses. That might be some houses that you're just kind of like, ooh. Okay, so again, we just want to have all the options laid out in front of you for you to decide. Now, from the list of houses that you get, you would identify some that you would like to see. And there's a couple of things that we would talk about. Say you identify some, I would review the ones that you identified and be like, okay, based off your selection, I think maybe A is not a good option, or you may want to reconsider A because of so-and-so reasons that you've disclosed before in the past, whether that be because of a school district, whether that be because of your job, a city boundary, that kind of thing, okay? Like, remember you didn't want an alley? That really nice house has an alley, though, so, you know, just kind of talk you through it, because, you know, sometimes we get really excited when it comes to these houses. You're like, yeah, so pretty. But again, I'm there to guide you, to direct you towards what you want, and also making sure that you're just like, hey, don't forget, like, I know you mentioned this, so just kind of like keep everybody in check, sort of thing. But I mean, but if you want the house with the alley, let's do it, boo. Okay. So once you pick the houses, once we had the conversation, I set up a time for us to go view the house together. Okay, and I will meet you there. We go look at the house. After we see that one house or a couple of the houses, depending on what we have scheduled for the day, I'm going to ask you, what are your thoughts? What did you think of the houses that we saw? Like, do you want to put an offer in any of them? Like, I'm going to be that straight up because, hey, Theo, because at the same time, I want you to know that if we do not put an offer in immediately, chances are that somebody else is, and their offer may be accepted before you even put an offer in. Now, I am trying to light a little fire under your feet because right now the market is very competitive. But it can be done. You just need to make sure that once we start viewing at houses, like, it's go time. We're being serious. Game face is on. We're going to get you that house that you want. Okay? So then you make the selection. Ooh, I really like C. C was such a lovely house. Hey, Gustavo. So then what you do is, you're like, yes, let's put in an offer. We talk about the terms for the contract, right? Because this is super binding, and it's gonna bind you to the house. So I'm gonna go over all the details with you. I'll send you even a copy of the contract for you to review if that's what you'd like to do. Chances are I would have sent that to you already if that's something that you're interested in. And then I submit the offer after you have signed it. Okay. After that, we play the waiting game where we're just like, ooh, is seller going to say yes? And for our example, seller is going to say yes. So once they say yes, we're like, woohoo, let the 30 days or about that kind of time frame begin. Okay, because then at that point, we begin we just start running. We automatically start with inspection period. So say our contract was accepted today on a Wednesday, the days are starting. You start to count the days tomorrow. Okay. So that being said, inspection day starts tomorrow. And we're like, yay. So we have an inspector come out to the house. And you don't have to, but I will always recommend that you do. because I want to make sure that you are you know very well what's going on with this house, because this house is a major purchase for a lot of people that I work with and for a lot of people in general. It was for Victor and I when we first bought a house a couple years ago. So yeah, I want you to know if there's a crack in the foundation. I want you to know if the AC is gonna give out in a year, or if there's something going on with the roof, you know, that kind of thing. Hi, Kathy. So that's a big thing. Okay, so then once we do inspection period, we have the buyer inspection notice, and then we get the seller response to that, and blah 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 blah. As we keep going, I'm trying not to get too caught up in the details because it's really easy for me to do that. But as it gets closer, well, once we get to the buyer inspection notice, at that point, it's kind of the point of no return. Because during the inspection period, you could say, like, you know what, this is going on with the house, I want to terminate contract. But once you get to the buyer inspection notice, you're taking another step further into buying this home, and there aren't as many things that you can do to remove yourself from the contract without jeopardizing your earnest money. Okay, which is money that you typically put in when your offer is accepted. And there's another video that I have on that, so check that one out. So that one kind of covers that a little. But yeah, and again, when we start working together and when we start going through the timeline, I will let you know, hey, this is the point of no return. Okay, I just want to let everybody know we're moving forward. Then all right, let's go. Once that goes through, if there's any repairs that need to be made, they'll be made. If not, we just kind of like hang on and chill, making sure that the lender does what they need to do, that you as the client and the buyer provide the information necessary to the lender so that they can go ahead and process the loan and all that kind of good stuff. This is not a good time for you to be dishonest. If anything, you want to be super real with everybody, because some people have lost jobs during the process, and then lender calls like, oh, I'm trying to verify so-and-so's work. And they're like, who? They don't work here. That's going to affect your loan. Also, don't buy a car. Don't do any kind of major purchases. Now, if you use your credit card, you know, for I'm going to buy groceries and that kind of stuff, of course we want you to eat. But any kind of big purchases is usually a very big no-no. Okay. And if you ever have any questions like, can I buy this? Can I buy that? Speak to your lender. I'm not going to say speak to me because I'm not the expert. I'll show you houses. I'll talk to you about houses all day long. But as soon as it comes to that money, I'm going to be like, let's talk to the expert again. Let's talk with one of the lenders I like to work with is Fairway Now. Let's talk to Fairway Now and be like, what's up? Let's get your answers. Let's get your questions answered. Okay. So again, you provide all the information necessary to the lender, because my battery. My bad. Okay. Because at that point, they're just finalizing the things for the loan. Okay. And we're just like waiting patiently. And here's the thing. I don't want you to think that once we submit the offer and they accept it, that you're always going to be doing something. If anything, the first part of the month, the first 10 days tend to be the busiest because of the inspection and whatnot. So after that, it kind of can be smooth sailing if it's a smooth transaction, okay? Which my transactions have been pretty smooth, I'm just saying. But anyways, seriously though, I do a lot of the work for you. I do a lot of the worrying for you because, again, I want to make sure that you have the best experience when it comes to this. So I talk to everybody. I'll be like, oh, you have a question? Let me find out. Let me text them. Let me call them. Let me email them. I'm like all about it. I'm not waiting for somebody to be like, oh, so this. I'm like, where are my updates? I want to know. Because then if you ask me something, I want to be able to answer your question. And I like being in the know. You know, I don't like being like, oh. But anyways. So yeah, loan is funded. Title communicates with title, which is the third party that makes sure that they retrieve everything from both the seller and the buyer. Okay, so they're like the middleman in this. They get all the documents. Okay, I'll let you know cuando salga una casa barata. Where are you looking? Let's see. What was I saying? I lose track. Oh yeah, so title will be talking with the lender. That way they got the instructions that they need to in order to fund the loan, but also so that signing is done accordingly and all that kind of good stuff. And you don't have to worry about signing, because if you're not able to make it to the office during their business hours because of work or what have you, we have mobile notaries that can go out to you. I've had clients, they sign at home, they sign at work, and that kind of good stuff. So yeah, the title company that I like to work with is the one that I use for when I purchase my home. And they're lovely. I swear they went the extra mile with me. So I'm kind of like, I want that for my people, for the people that I work with, and that kind of stuff. So I'm also open to other title companies, but I'm just saying, I like what I see with this one. But yeah, anyways, loan is funded, everything is signed. Then close of escrow, which was my last video for last week. Close of escrow, COE, hypothetically speaking, is this Saturday, right? You would not get your keys at 8 o'clock on Saturday. You're more likely to get your keys sometime after 5 p.m. There are some events where you might get your keys earlier. However, that day is used for recording, okay? So that being said, once the loan is dispersed to title and once everybody pays up, because, you know, some people need to pay a little bit more for closing costs and whatnot, title then takes all these documents and sends them to the recorder's office. In the recorder's office, what they do, they're like, okay, this property is now under so-and-so's name. Bam. Once that happens, Jill, who I work with for title, will send us all a lovely email saying, congratulations, we've been recording. We're like, woo, popping bottles of Aquafina or whatever you want to drink. Trying to keep it friendly here. But yeah, then I'm already like, if I haven't already, which most likely I already have, communicated with the other agent, how can I get these keys? Because I'm ready to go be like, hey, I got your keys, on the way to go give keys. Anyways, you've heard you've heard my song. And if you haven't, you need to check it out, okay? But yeah, so that's basically it. And don't worry, after that, you're not done with me. I'm still going to be like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Do you need a home security system? Or do you just have questions in general? Because I know I had a bunch of questions later for my realtor when we first bought our house, and I don't want it to be like, oh, this huge time where we're like talking a lot, and then you stop talking to each other. You're like, oh, I miss you. Okay, so anyways, it's not like that. I'm not gonna let you hang. You're not gonna get away from me that fast. But anyway, so that's essentially the process. I know I went through that really fast. It can differ depending on what's going on. Also, if it's a cash. If it's cash instead of a loan, that means it's a little quicker, and there's some steps that we get to bypass and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, so that's it for the home buying process. A couple of things I do want to mention is this Saturday we are doing a open house, and I say we because Marisol Cortez, another realtor with Mojica and Associates, will be joining me. She's a trooper. She recently had surgery. She's fine. She's recovering beautifully. She's going to be there with me this Saturday. I'm excited. She has like this lovely sexy voice going on where she kind of sounds like a Snapchat filter, but like the one with the lower tones. Anyways, it's really funny actually. But come out and visit us. I actually have the address on the little description for the video. So yeah, because I don't remember it off the top of my head. But it's on, I think, 6th Street, and it's in Phoenix. So it's on Montebello. You could probably get there from 7th Street, south of Bethany Home. Okay. You can also call me. You're like, oh, hey, I don't know where it's at. Call me. Text me. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. I totally took that off Martha. Hey, Martha. But anyways, yeah, join us. It's 11 to 2. We're going to be hanging out. It's a beautiful home. If you haven't seen the picture of the event, which is also an event on Facebook, if you search open house for 6-9, you're going to see our lovely faces and the picture of the house, okay? And that's only the outside. Wait till you see the inside. You're gonna be like, wow. And if you can't join us for XYZ reason, we will also be doing a live tour that day. So I got you covered anyway. And then that being said, next week for my What's Up Wednesdays video, I will not be in Phoenix. I'm actually going to be in Turkey. More specifically, I'm going to be in Istanbul. Super excited. I'm going over there with my with some family and friends. It's gonna be a good time. I'll be posting a lot of that on Facebook. So our next What's Up Wednesday video is gonna be international. I'm super excited. We'll have to figure out what the time frame is, because I obviously want to do it based off Phoenix time, but you might look at me all grungy or groggy, or depending on what time of the day it is. We'll see. We'll figure something out. But yes, I'm super excited. But yeah, we'll be gone for a week. It'll all be well. The only not downfall, but I'm kind of like having to make arrangements around is the gym. Because, you know, we go to the gym and I'm like, ooh, I can't carry my weights in the luggage. So I'm going to take bands with me so I can do a couple of different stuff. But there's a lot that you can do. I mean, if you do push-ups, push-ups are a really good workout. You know, lunges are a pretty good workout too. So, you know what I'm saying? It can be done. When there's a will, there's a way. Hi, Blanca. So anyways, that being said, if you want to go to the gym, let me know. Let's do it. I love taking people with me to the gym, trying out different classes with other people, and just working out ourselves. If you're just like, I don't want to go to a class, let's just do something out on the floor. Fine, let's do it. Even if you just want to walk on the treadmill. Ooh, and actually, there's like this little cine room, like a little cinema room. They have like a big old screen and they have like different kind of cardio machines. I like to go in there sometimes and I'm just like, la, 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 walking. It's really nice. But anyways, be my guest. I would love to take you to EOS Fitness with me. And if you ever want to go to one of my Zumba classes at Mountainside Fitness, I'd love to have you as well. It's a lot of fun. I love it. Anyways, I actually didn't have coffee today, but I still feel really excited, which is not that good because I go to sleep really soon. So I should like take it down a notch. Anyways, okay. Well, I'm going to let y'all be. But again, any questions, anything, let me know. I'm here for you. I love reading what you guys have to say. It makes my day. I'm like, oh my God. I sleep like this. Anyways. No, but all right. Have a wonderful evening. I will see y'all tomorrow with my little Instagram and Facebook stories. And good night. Bye.